Hello, Lena. Welcome to the GES Digital Intervention Program for Senior High Schools. The subject is Social Studies, Lesson 5. Topic, Political Independence and Self-Reliance. The lesson title is Challenges and Responsibilities of Political Independence and Self-Reliance. I'm your facilitator, Ntuetimo. For our starter, study this picture and tell what it stands for. Yes, very good. For identifying Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, who is found in the middle of the picture. This picture comes from the day Ghana and its independence. If you look at the hands, he was declaring independence and stated that Ghana is free and free forever. Learning outcomes. In this lesson, learners will, one, identify and discuss some challenges and responsibilities imposed by political independence. Secondly, examine the measures to meet the challenges imposed by political independence. Political independence and self-reliance. As an individual, reflect on the concepts political independence and self-reliance. Pair with a partner and discuss what the two concepts could be. In your groups, discuss both concepts. Challenges and responsibilities imposed by political independence include 1. Ensuring economic self-reliance. What economic self-reliance means is that we'll be able to make use of our natural and human resources to ensure effective development of our country. Fortunately, we are blessed with several resources. If you take the minerals, we have gold, we have petroleum, which is commonly called crude oil. We have diamond and the others. We are blessed with a rich forest from which we get timber and animal life. We also have the human resources which will make use of these natural resources to ensure that we do not depend on our colonial masters. Surely, natural conditions are not the same all over the world. So, as much as possible, in our economic development efforts, we must make sure mostly of the resources that we have locally. And then those that we cannot get them here, we can go to other countries for them. 2, managing political and ethnic conflicts. Yes, we have different people, different ethnic groups, and most of it now are thinking vary. So we have disagreements among the people of the country. To be able to stay together as a people, we need to make sure that whatever conflicts that arise in either on the political field or in among the ethnic groups, we are able to handle them in such a way that our country will not disintegrate. Fortunately for us, since independence, we've been able to manage our political and ethnic conflicts, and we are still one nation. 3, reducing the high rate of illiteracy. Yes, we are all endowed with some level of knowledge, especially about our environment. But the ability to read and write is very necessary at this time when we live in a global village with high level of technology. One needs to be able to read and write. For example, those who are illiterate find it very difficult to use the mobile phone because they cannot read the writings on them. 4, generating funds internally for development. Before independence, most of the funds we use for development were coming from our colonial masters. We are now independent, so we need to generate funds through our own efforts. We need to pay our taxes as a good citizens of the nation. We need to make sure that our resources are exported through the official channels so that funds that are supposed to come to the central government and used for the construction of our roads, for our hospitals, for our schools, and other infrastructure are available internally. 5. Developing the human resources base of the country. Yes, we've talked about ensuring high rate of ensuring literacy. So we need to develop our human resource base of the country. We need to make sure that majority of our people go to school and acquire knowledge and skills which will promote national development. We need to depend on both skill training and knowledge-based education. When you have our people here who are well skilled, we don't need to import foreigners to come and work for us. For example, the Ghana Gas Company, which supplies gas for the generation of our electricity, has informed the nation that previous experts who were managing the facility have been asked to go away, and Ghanaians have taken over. And these Ghanaian engineers are doing very well. This is what we want. 6. Ensuring the adoption of positive work attitudes. Yes, we need to work hard and eschew any negative work attitudes. For example, we need to go to work on time, make sure we do the work assigned to us for the time or the day, stop pilfering resources belonging to the organization or the nation. When we do this, and whatever resources that we have will ensure that we are able to develop our country. 7. Promoting good governance to ensure political stability. Yes, over the years, we used to have unstable political scene. We had several coups d'etats which overthrew elected governments, and that affected our development. Fortunately for us, since the year 1993, when we had the first election based on the 1992 Constitution, we've been having a stable government. We are able to elect governments every 4 years. And therefore, if you compare the development of the country from 1993 to date, there is improved level of development in the country as compared to the previous years when there were a lot of unstable political activities. 8. Generating employment to alleviate poverty. Yes, employment is very, very important for the development of our country. We need to work and earn income to be able to sustain ourselves. One of the major problems that we have in the country is high level of unemployment among the youth. Therefore, we need to generate employment from the state and private members. In other words, the government should put in place conditions that will help the private sector especially to be able to set up industries, set up various organizations which will offer employment to the teeming youth of our country. Ensuring loyalty, selflessness, and patriotism from the citizen. Yes, we are Ghanaians, so we need to be loyal to our nation. We need to be selfless and show patriotism for our country. We have problems in the country that are working against the nation. For example, we have this problem of illegal mining. And a lot of foreigners have come into our country, destroying our lands, destroying our farms, destroying our water bodies. And we are not able to stop them. This shows that those people around the area are not showing loyalty, selflessness, and patriotism we expect from the citizens of the nation. I saw a video of an area where the youth went to an illegal mining site and they depicted the loyalty and patriotism we expect from citizens. They went there instructing the foreigners and their workers to cover up the openings they've made on the ground from their mining activities and leave the area. I'm sure there is a good example of patriotism showed by those people. Finally, managing the human and natural resources of the country well. Yes, if we have the human and material resources of the country, but how do we put them into effective use to ensure that our country benefits from them? We have many Ghanaians going outside to work. We have many of our resources being wasted or smuggled out of the country. So the institutions that are in the country that we need to do this work must be patriotic and work to ensure that our human resources stay in the country and those who are in the country also work effectively. Secondly, our natural resources should not be smuggled out of the country. Very often you hear of cases where a greater part of our natural resources pass through illegal means such as smuggling along the borders. This will not help in our efforts to remain independent. Model questions. Measures to meet challenges of political independence. 1. Development of the human resources through mass education. Through mass education, development of natural resources and add value to them. Development of positive attitudes to work. 4. Improving education and training. 5. Possession of willpower and the side of government to implement good policies. 6. Development of good international relationship with other countries as well as international organizations. Example, the United Nations or UN, African Union or AU, ECOWAS, that is Economic Community of West African States, etc. Now we come to our examination tip. Candidates must read their questions carefully. Candidates are being tested on particular topics, and therefore it's very, very essential that candidates read the questions carefully before they choose the ones they will be able to answer creditably. This is because if you answer a question that you don't understand, you stand the chance of deviating in your answers. And when you deviate in your answer, it means that you have not answered the right questions asked by the examination body.